You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. You've got this brilliant idea, something you just know is a game changer. You pitch it and crickets. It just lands with a thud. And you're left wondering, why do some ideas soar while others just don't? Well, today we're gonna break down strategic messaging and figure out how to make sure that when we speak, the people who matter are actually leaning in to listen.
It is one of the most frustrating feelings in your professional life. I mean, you've done all the work, you've got the data, and you're genuinely excited about what you're proposing. But you look across that conference table and all you see are polite nods. You can literally feel the disconnect. So what's missing? What's that secret ingredient that separates a message that's just said from one that truly lands?
Okay, this slide really gets to the heart of it. It's so easy to fall into the trap on the left, the generic pitch. We just dump all our information, all our cool features onto the table. But the goal isn't just to inform, right? It's to persuade. The shift we have to make is from just talking at people to creating a message that sings to their goals and is laser focused on getting them to do something.
Now here's a huge piece of insight. When a great idea doesn't get any traction, it's almost never because the idea itself is bad. Nope. More often than not, the real culprit is the delivery. It's all about how that message is wrapped up and presented. That packaging, that's what makes the difference between a quick no thanks and an enthusiastic tell me more. The magic word here, and I really mean magic, is alignment. A message totally bombs when it's all about us, our project, our features, but it succeeds, it absolutely takes off when it's framed in the world of our audience, their headaches, their ambitions, their priorities. It's about fitting our puzzle piece perfectly into theirs. So how do we actually get that alignment? Where do we even start? Well, it all begins with some deep audience analysis. Before you even think about opening PowerPoint, you have to truly, deeply understand the people you're talking to. When we talk about our audience, what we're really talking about are stakeholders. Just think of them as the gatekeepers. These are the people with the budget, the resources, and the ultimate authority to give you the green light. They are the final boss for your most important messages, which makes getting inside their head absolutely critical. So this is your homework. You need to build a mental map of what makes these stakeholders tick. You should be asking yourself these questions. What are they trying to achieve this year? What do they truly value? What problems are keeping them up at night? And this one's huge. How do they measure success? The answers to these questions, well, they become the roadmap for your entire message. Okay, once you've got that audience analysis down, your role completely shifts. You're not just a presenter anymore. You become a message architect, and your job is to intentionally design a message that is built for one single purpose, to get that yes. And this right here is the North Star. The goal isn't just to be heard, it's to resonate. You want your message to echo in their minds long after the meeting is over, and the only way that happens is if it connects with what they already care about. I mean, this architect metaphor is just perfect, isn't it? Think about it. You would never, ever build a skyscraper without surveying the land and knowing what the building is for. It's the exact same thing with our messages. We can't build a persuasive argument without first understanding the landscape of our audience's needs. That analysis is the foundation. It always, always comes first. All right, this is where the rubber meets the road. This is where it all comes together. We've done our homework on the audience, we've got our architect hat on, and now it's time to build that bridge, connecting our brilliant idea directly to their world. Just look at how this translation works. Your stakeholder doesn't care about your cool new software, they care about reducing operational costs. So you don't talk about the software. You say, this project will cut team costs by 15%. They need to grow the business? You say, my proposal targets a whole new customer segment. They're worried their team is burning out. You say, this plan automates 20 hours of manual work every single week. See? You are literally speaking their language.
And this right here, this is the crucial transformation. When you get this right, the entire dynamic of the room changes. You stop being another person in a long line asking for something. You suddenly become a problem solver, a strategic partner who is there to help them win. Your project becomes their solution.
So you've done it. You've crafted the perfect message. But we're not done yet. There's one final, all-important step. Turning that warm, fuzzy feeling of resonance into a cold, hard decision. Because let's be honest, a great presentation that leads to nothing is just a performance. We're here for results. So here it is, the whole blueprint boiled down to 3 simple steps. Analyze, draft, and drive.
Now, that last one, drive, is so important. After you've delivered your perfectly aligned message, you can't be wishy-washy. You have to clearly and confidently state what you want them to do. It could be, I'm seeking your approval for the pilot phase, or my ask is for a budget of X to start development. Be specific.
And look, don't overcomplicate it. You don't need a laundry list of 10 reasons why your project is great. You need one core message perfectly aligned with the number one concern of your most important stakeholder. Clarity, focus, and alignment. That's the whole game. So the real takeaway here isn't just a handful of tips and tricks. It's a completely different way of thinking about communication. It's a real tool for influence. So the only question left to ask is, whose mind are you going to change first?